Hello everybody, we're just getting on live here and I'll let a couple people come on, let you tune in and click on, and I'm realizing you can see some of my mess in this view. I have my camera kind of tilted down. Oh well, we all have messes, right? So let me make sure that we are actually truly on. Let's see. Yep, we have I think 2 people on. So I can pull it up. There we go. Pull out my computer because I can read the comments better that way. Perfect. Okay. So if you're here, come say hello. Type in the comments. First time, many times. I don't know. Something about yourself so we can kind of get to know each other. And I'm going to show you some a fun technique that generated some interest. I had shared. It was like a picture tutorial. It was actually shared by Stampin' Up. Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm ready to see what you have for us. Great, Nancy. Stampin' Up shared this tutorial, and I shared it on my page, and people seemed to really like it and just wanted to watch it. So I said that is the perfect idea for our live today. So that's what we're going to do, and it's fun. I liked it. So, okay. So I think I'll just turn the camera down to my workspace here. And I think I have to turn it this way. And there's just a slight delay. Oh, and now I froze. Hi, Ethel from New Jersey. Usually watch the replay. Oh, I'm glad you're here live. Welcome, welcome. And hi, Kim. All right, let me know. Are you frozen? Because on my screen, it's frozen. Okay, then I just refreshed it. I think we're good. Okay. Let's see. I think you guys can see. There we go. Okay. That delay, that's what I was waiting for, to make sure that we could see what I had here on the screen. And I think we're good. I'll just make sure that I work over here. All right. So I put this on here. I'll show this at the end too. I wrote this in my newsletter yesterday. So sometimes I do like a mystery host party at the end of the month, the last couple of months, kind of generate some fun. And so I thought for November, let's try it for the whole month. And I'm hoping that, because I know there's going to be Black Friday specials, there's going to be this and that. So I think we can kind of generate this to be a really big party, in that you get a lot of Stampin' rewards. So anyone who places an order in November and you have to use this host code. And in my email, I showed you how to use the host code. And I will post that periodically on my Facebook page also, just as a reminder, because that will connect. It kind of connects all the random, so to speak, orders together. And that kind of creates a party order, right? Like if you have the kind of like that old fashioned party, all your friends would place an order and all those get connected. This is a way to do it so that it's kind of either random or friends from who don't live together or near each other. It connects the orders, but you need to use this host code. And I'll be posting that probably with every email this month and on Facebook. And then on, I think I had a typo the other day, but on November 29th, which is a Tuesday, I believe, at noon, I will randomly choose whoever the mystery host is. I don't want to say the winner, but whoever is chosen as the mystery host. And then that person will get all the Stampin' rewards, like all the host benefits for that month. I actually had a really good question from someone this morning saying she wanted to order something, but she doesn't have time to be, be a host party. That doesn't matter. This just connects all the orders together, and then the person chosen gets the benefits. You don't have to host a party. You don't have to clean your house, any of that kind of stuff. So, so it kind of works. Okay. Hello, Karen from Iowa. And great. Thank you, Nancy and Kim, to let me know the screen's good. And Mary Lou found us. I don't know why you have a hard time, but I'm glad you found us. All right, I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to try to remember to show you that later. I'm excited to show you guys. The only thing is, let's see, they're white. This is kind of white on white, so hopefully you can see. And I'll bring it up closer to the screen. So this is one of the cards. I have a couple samples. I'm going to bring it closer. Hopefully you can see the detail. So it is embossed kind of on the top and on the bottom, but with the same embossing folder. So there's this white kind of plain flat space where you can stamp your sentiment. And I'm just looking at my table and I only have one ink color, so we'll see what what color I'm going to stamp. And then I did the same thing on the inside. I just did partial, and it has this like score line or like a divider line, which kind of really, it just kind of separates the texture from the smoothness. And this is another version. Actually, this, I'll tell you, this was a mistake, but I fixed it, or I didn't fix a mistake, I changed it. When I was cutting my white paper, I cut it a little bit too narrow than this one. It was supposed to be this size. And then so I said, well, I'm not going to recut paper, so I just put some paper underneath it. I actually kind of like it. So mistakes kind of sometimes turn out to be good things. So let's see. Let's hope I have everything here. I actually prepared this like 2 days ago. Very excited. Oh, before we do this, let me actually show you some of the products that we're going to use because they're brand new. So I think I showed this last week, but I'm going to show again today. Oh, great. We have more people. Debbie finally made it. Hello, and Cindy. Awesome. We have a great group on today. All right. So I wrote about this in my newsletter yesterday also, and I will put a blog post. I just haven't done it yet. But there are these new products called the suite, or the, what do they call it? The collection is called Fitting Florets. And so some of it will be available in the next catalog, and some of it's available only kind of like while supplies last. So the whole collection, there are 2 stamp sets. And I have to tell you, I'm loving this Christmas set. I love the fonts of it. I like the size of it. I'm going to be using, you're going to see in my 12-week series, probably starting next week. I didn't want to do it too early. I'm going to start using this set because I really like it. But this is one of the products that is while supplies last. Now, they have a whole bunch in stock and everything, but when they run out, they run out. And so, but this stamp set is, you're fine on, because this stamp set will be in the catalog, the January till whenever it is in the spring. And it's sold, everything's sold individually, but this can be sold as a bundle. So the dies that go with this set, but the dies actually work with this set also, right? Because you can use the ovals. I just want to show you everything, and then that's just the name of it. There are these little swirly things, and you can actually color your blends markers on them to kind of change the color. They'll always have a gold hue to them, but I used Sweet Sorbet on that one. And then this is what the dies do. So there's 3 ovals, like 1, 2, and then 3. So this one actually cuts 2 pieces. Let me get it. This one cuts 2 pieces at once. So you end up getting the outline frame and you get an oval with it. And then this one cuts these 2 pieces like that. Same thing, you get they separate. So you can use just the ovals, and these 2 ovals, you can tell I have 2 different colors. So you can see they overlap, so you can use them together. But you can also, you can really kind of layer these up. You can have this one kind of, if this was a different color, this one could, well, I suppose this one would go on top. You wouldn't really see it. How did I have it? I don't remember. But there's lots of layers. And then this heart one, which is here, it only cuts the hearts. It doesn't cut like an oval shape, but these oval shapes work with it. And actually, I think, no, I don't know if those 2 work together. But anyways, you see they're all kind of interchangeable, and you can have fun with them. And then, oh, the other thing is, those dies, this is the first time ever, and I'm so happy they're doing this. The dies are called the framed florets. The stamp set is called framed florets. So it's the first time that the dies and the stamp set have the same name, which is just going to make it so much easier. All right, and I'll just show you the paper real quick. It's really pretty. So you get you get 12 designs. So these are, that's all we have left of this one. I was working on a club project, but it's really pretty. So I'm sorry I can't show you too much of it. But you have these designs, and then you have these designs. So they're pretty. The paper is also one of the while supply lasts options. So the only thing that's going to be carried over is the bundle, like the I have get rid of these names. This set and the dies. Okay, I need a sip of water because I'm gonna lose my voice. All right, let's see. Let me just check the comments before I start making the card. Okay. Pretty cards. Oh, I'm glad you like them. Heart Elf will be great for Valentine's, anniversary, or wedding. Yes, they definitely will, and I'll definitely be making some like that. I just haven't done that yet. All right, so what we need is I'm going to use, if you go back to on this page when we're done, you can go back a couple posts and you'll see a post using this embossing folder that I don't remember what it is. I'm sure it has something to do with like falling leaves in it. It's in the holiday catalog, and that's what they are. They're falling leaves. They use this one, and so that's why I copied, but they used a different stamp set that I didn't have, and so I decided to use the new stuff. So all this fitting floret stuff. And so I'll just show you what I did. Oh, this is one of the things too. So this is part of the paper. You can kind of see the hole. One of the dies actually cuts this out, and it also, it's the same shape as this one. So it cuts this out and it cuts this out. Or you can, as I did here, I just cut this one out with scissors. So you can cut out, it was this one. It's not hard. You can cut, so you can cut out a whole bunch of flowers out of the 2 sheets of paper that come with it. All right, so what I did is I stamped this one and I colored it purple, just to have a different color. And then what I suggest is when you stamp them and then you cut them, so do it in that order. Don't stamp, color, and cut, because then you might not cut right. So you should stamp, cut, and then color, because I spent all the time coloring this and then I'm not happy because I didn't cut it right. All right, so before we do this, we need their machine out. All right, so we're going to use this. And then this, I've showed you before. I always write 3D on my embossing folders. It just kind of triggers in my head that I need to use this plate, which I labeled 3D also, instead of the 2 clear plates. It's because it's thicker. And so the 2 plates, it just wouldn't work. So this makes the right sandwich. And then I put, which I'll show you in a second, why I did that. Okay, I'm just trying to do things in the right order. Okay, so I have my machine here. And I don't need these. I only need this because we're going to use this in the gray plate. And I have my piece of paper. So I just cut that. I think it's like 5 1/4 by 4. So when I did this one, I just eyeballed. I'll show you what I did. I just put it in like here, and I just kind of eyeballed it. And then I picked whatever sentiment I was, and I kind of lined it up, and so then I eyeballed it again. But it's not exact, it's hard for you to see, but it's not exactly straight, and then like this one's wider than this one. Not a big deal, but a workaround is I just took some of my sticky pad, and this is like, it's Post-it, but it's extra sticky. I don't know what it's called. Super sticky. So it really does stick on pretty good. So I just measured 1.5 inches because the sentiments I was using fit within, I think it's 1 inch wide. So hopefully this makes sense to you. But if you have a wider sentiment, you probably wouldn't want one too wide because then you're going to lose the embossing. So I have 1 inch space to stamp, and there's plenty of sentiments that would fit that. So I measured 1.5 inches wide and I cut it, and then I aligned it on the back side of my embossing folder. And I'll show you why I did that. Hopefully this makes sense to you. So rather than eyeballing it, I don't have to anymore because I'm just going to use this Post-it note as a guide. Once you don't see the green, I know I'm good. I'm also going to align this edge with this edge, right? So there's my green. I just need to bring it up to my face so I can see it. Okay, so now you can't see the green. So I know it's pretty even. So normally I would put my embossing folder, I like to put the fold part in, but obviously that's not going to work with this one. So I'm carefully going to put it in. You can put it in this way or this way. It really doesn't matter. So the reason why I like to put the fold in is because I have had in a long time ago, so these are probably made a little bit better now because they're thicker, but I would put it in and then it would crack and the fold would break. So I do generally like to put the fold in first. So, all right, so I have the platform, the embossing folder with that lined up, and then I'm going to put the gray plate, number 4 plate on top and run it through. So you get partial. So then I'm going to flip it on the other side. I'm looking at it. I don't know if it's exactly straight. It's good enough for right now. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to put this in, line it up with the top. So this is what's not being embossed. That's that flat part we're going to stamp on. So what we're left with is this flat space and then embossed on both sides. And because we put it in here the first run and then we flipped it around, you're not getting like exactly mirror images of the leaves. So it's kind of nice because it would look kind of funny if they were the same pattern going through. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside, although we're gonna use it again for the next card. Let me know if that makes sense. Magic. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Oh, Polly from North Carolina joining in late. That's okay. You're late because I'm doing 2 cards, so you'll see the process for both. So now what I'm going to do is use my scoring tool, and we're going to score a line. And where's my card? You can kind of see this line here and here. So if I was just to put, like, this is the right side. If I was to put it in score, it would do like I always get concave and convex. It would make a valley, right? The score valley, and which is fine if that's what you want. But I want more of this bump or this mountain look. So all I'm going to do is flip my page over. I'm going to line it up. This part I'm kind of eyeballing. Where looks kind of like where the pattern ends. And then I'm just going to score. I'm going to go over it a couple times. And it makes that line. So that creates that bump. So it's fine if you wanted the valley. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do the same thing. And it really just kind of marks off. It makes it nice and crisp of this was done on purpose. You know what I mean? Okay, so then put that aside. We'll stamp, and I actually did mean to use this color for those of you who started at the beginning, because I'm going to match it. I made these little berries sweet sorbet. So I didn't want it all purple. All right, so I have my evening evergreen card base. It's just standard. I just cut it the long way. So it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored in the middle. Oh, I should have done the middle. I'm going to do the inside too, but I should have done it at the same time. So this, I'm not going to put it there yet. I'm going to stamp. So let's see. I am going to, what do we want this to say? I'll just call it the same thing. So lucky to have you as friends. Celebrate works. Just a little reminder that you're loved. Oh, there's a lot of sentiments that are within that inch boundary. And the other thing I meant to tell you is what's really important for this technique. I think you need to use photopolymer. Oh, did I not bring? Oh, I didn't bring blocks up. Oh, shoot. Oh, I have paper pumpkin to the rescue. I have a paper pumpkin block. I used to have a block up here for it just in case, and I must have taken it away. You want to use photopolymer because you can see within the lines. If it was the red rubber, if it was thin, you'd be all right, but I think the photopolymer works better. Can you hold it up close to the camera so you can see the score lines? Definitely. There's a delay, so give me a second to make sure I'm holding it in the right spot. Yeah. Does that make sense, Karen? I don't have my, jeez, it must have been somebody's rating my stock here. My Stampin' Pad's missing too. All right, so I'm gonna very carefully stamp within those score lines that we made. Help you see better within that. Okay, so what we're gonna do for that, what are we gonna do? I can cut it off, or we can use this side. Okay, let's try that again. These are much thinner blocks. All right. So it didn't matter which side I did those score lines because I'm using the other side. So you can kind of see the bump side and then the valley side. So that works just fine too, because actually you have both bumps and valleys on the embossing. Okay, let's put that away. Hello from, let's see, La Pine, Oregon. Hello. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to make another card, so don't worry if you're late. I'll show you the whole process of what I did. You probably came in right on when my mistake happened, my smudge. That's okay. All right. I'm going to, so I already colored those with my blends markers. I'm going to use dimensionals. Maybe. Let's see. Hello from Missouri. Hello, Rhonda. I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome. Welcome to Mail Something Pretty. All right. So there you go. So you don't need like tons of stuff over here because it's so pretty and detailed. Here's the other one. I'm going to show you. Let me do the inside too. Let me close this. Because I did the inside with just like one section. Oh, look at silly me. I made cutouts to put underneath, but I guess we're just not going to use it. We'll just leave it plain and simple. But this is one of the dies that does these fun cutouts. Okay. So we will use that same, I'm going to use the same, did I use the same measurement? I actually think I did it thinner. I did. I just did it thinner. So rather than line it up right to that close, I'm just going to hopefully eyeball it right. That looks pretty even. You could even put lines on it. No, I put it in there and it moved. I think that's even. Hello, Paula from Northeast Kansas. Oh, this is awesome. There are people from all over the place. Welcome. All right, so again, don't worry if you're late because I'm going to do just a different version of the same card. So now I'm going to flip that over, do my score line, make sure I'm using the score blade, and we get that inside. And I think that's so pretty. I don't think Stampin' Up! Did that on there, so that was my addition to do the inside like that. Let me just put that in there. Okay. It really dresses it up. Okay, so let me just show you the other two and then I'm going to make a penguin one. So those are the other similar cards done the same way. that one. Okay. So simple, looks so complex. Totally. Totally, totally. All right. So let me show you the penguin ones. I feel like I need to kind of, I made this one first. Isn't it so cute? So very similar. I just used the snowflake instead of the leaves. And I did it on white here again. And then because, remember I said I made that mistake and I kind of liked it. So I purposely cut it narrower and I added some candy cane paper underneath it. And then, did I do an inside? Nope, I didn't do the inside yet. I was running low and actually just ran out of my white paper. So I have to place an order. And so I did this one and I said, well, let's try it with colored cardstock. So this is Balmy Blue. And you might notice it looks a little bit narrower. So I'm going to hold this up to the screen and hopefully you can see there's 3 score lines on each, on the top and the bottom, rather than just the one. So I'm going to do that on this next card to show you how I did that. Nothing hard, it's just couple extra score lines. So I'm just going to do different colors of that one. So we're going to use, look, I did the same thing. I put the same 1.5 inch measurement on there with the 3D. I think this is called Wintry 3D, and you actually get 2 folders as a pack. One, the snowflakes, and the other one is like evergreen. And these are designed, you can use them in the machine, the standard that I will, but these are designed to use in the mini machine. And that's why they're narrower. All right, so let's use, and I'm going to use this stamp set. And there's a punch that goes with it because it's just so cute. All right. Get all my pieces here. Some of the stamping I've already done. And actually, I'm looking, I did a balloon, so I think I'm turning this into a winter birthday. Looks like it. So I have, this is just the standard card base, just cut, remember that long way, because I like them when they're landscape, I like them to sit on your table that way rather than the other. I think they sit better. Okay, so where, oh, that's where I was trying to put there so you could see it. All right, so I have decided to do pink. So this is still, I think, 4 inches wide or tall. I just made it narrower than the standard 5 1/4. I think it might be 4 3/4, but I'm not 100%. I don't remember. So I have my folder, and in case you were late, this is what I said from the beginning. I just saw a couple comments. You got the fancy with the scorelines? Yes, I did. Hello, Carolyn. I'm glad you made it. Karen likes the blue penguin card. Yeah, thank you. And Mary's here from Southwest Kansas. Hi, Mary, and welcome. All right, so I cut out just 1.5 inches wide. This is the sticky part of the super sticky Post-it pad, and put it on there. And so that helps me align without really having to think, is to be completely honest. I'm going to line up the top edge and then that edge. It's sticking, so let's see. I don't want you to see any greens. I think I'm good there. Oh, actually, you can even do it this way too. Okay, it looks like it's pretty flush here and there. So I'm going to put this in. This one, you can put the fold in because it's a mini one, so it's narrower. So I can put my fold, the front one, in, run it through. Hi, Shelly. Thanks for joining. Oh, sorry if I moved the camera. It hit the tripod. All right, so we have our snowflakes right there. I think this is a perfect, or will be a perfect winter birthday card. I know, I'm gonna look cheeky. I know there's some very special people that have winter birthdays. I will say that mine is in January, but I think a few people on here have January, or winter birthdays rather. All right. All right, so I did that part quick because I was showing you at the beginning. So I have my 1.5 portion there, 1.5 portion there with just kind of smooth space. And that's okay, but I really think the score lines really adds to it. So let's do those. And remember, I'm going to flip it upside down because I want that mountain. If you can see, I want that mountain look rather than the valley look. I suppose it doesn't even matter too much on the snowflakes because it's pretty universal one way or the other. All right, so as I do this, I'm going to make sure that it's on a line. So you can see it. So what it measures, I think, 2 3/8, and the measurement doesn't matter, but I have it on a line, and it's pretty much right in my seam there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shift the paper this way, just one line, so it's like a 1/16 of an inch. So I'm just scooting it over, just one tiny little line. Score, and I'm going to do it one more time. Hopefully you can see. You get 2 lines, one more. So I have my 3 lines right on that side. I'm going to turn it around and do it again. I just want to make sure I start on a line. And I'm going to scoot over. And obviously, make sure you're using your scoring blade, not your cutting blade. So then you have, I really dresses it up. You get your 3 lines. Hopefully you can see pretty good. So now we'll put our card together. I'm using pink snowflakes, and this is from the, I think it's called Celebrate Everything. It's designer series paper, but it's good for hosts only, which actually ties into my November host party, or mystery host party. Only hosts can choose this pack of paper, but it does have paper for like every season, and there's 48 sheets in this pack of paper. There's so much paper, and I think it's like $18 because it's a host perk. So I'll remind whoever is chosen as mystery host about that, that's one of the options that they can pick. So this is going to go on top there. Look at it, matches my someone very special gave me my glue holder so I don't lose my glue, especially on a live, which I have done more than once. Oh, I should have stamped it first. Okay, so there's no 2 sides of paper for this one. I'm talking too much. So we're going to use Sweet Sorbet, making sure I didn't get ink on my fingers. And we're using, just checking, I'm going to use the Happy Birthday. Find it. I don't think I've used it yet. It's still on my, there you go, on the plastic. And I'm going to use that. Phew! I had a card sitting on top of this. I'm definitely going to bring up some extra blocks because I have to say the thinner ones are not my favorite. And that's going to go right in the middle. Whew, okay. And then we'll just kind of embellish our card with that penguin. So I already did some pre-stamping. I have a little scarf. Oh, I meant to cut that out. I have a little balloon, and I have my penguin. So I'm going to cut the penguin. And I've told you this before. I like, especially for the penguin, I like to use the Stays On Black ink better because it's, you can even see the difference on these two. That was Stays On, and that was Memento, which is a fine black, but it's not as saturated. Okay, and I did have I made a vellum circle, so I can kind of stick them on there. And then let me just cut this real quick. I used to say in class, talk amongst yourselves, but this shouldn't take too long to cut. We'll be having, well, it doesn't feel like it today. It's so beautiful out today. I think it was like 65 or even 67 degrees out. But sure enough, I know we'll have snow. And I know, Nancy, you said you already had snow. All right, so that's gonna, I think it really just adds to it. That's gonna go right there. It's so cute. Okay, and the balloon's gonna go up there, and what I'm gonna do, I'm going to, you know what, maybe I'll use dimensionals. Just trying to, oh, those are mini. Where are my other ones? Oh, I just saw, I brought these brass butterflies for that flower card. Let's see, put those on there. Although it did look really pretty simple. All right, that's gonna go on there. And so what I'm gonna do now is put glue kind of where the vellum is. I mean, where the penguin is, so you won't see the glue. And the balloon, I'll probably raise up, but I think what I'm gonna do, this is what I thought I would do. Let's see if it works. I'm gonna tie a knot first. Have the penguin hold it. I can hear a truck outside. I don't know if you can. All right, I'm gonna put 2 dimensionals on the balloon. I probably only need 1, but I'm gonna use 2 because I'm gonna use that to also attach my string. All right, so the string is on the, we'll have that go like that. And then I'm gonna use a glue dot. All right, let's see, read my comments. Ooh, you guys are writing away, awesome. You've 70 degrees, Debbie? Oh, lucky you, that's awesome. Kim likes the pink. No wonder with your 3 girls. And let's see, Shelly doesn't get snow in Sacramento. Oh, but it rained yesterday. Oh. All right, so I just took a glue dot and I just kind of rolled it up in a ball. And I'm kind of hiding it underneath the penguin's hand. And I'm just going to tuck in this string close to where the knot is. So then the string's kind of floating, right, as they do with balloons. If this bothers you, let's just fix that. The string really should be under the base of the balloon. We will also put a glue dot there, roll it in a ball. I'm gonna stick it, if I can, under there. And so then we'll just stick the string on it. So, there we go, it shouldn't move. At least that way the string, there we go. So now it's the string moves like that. Feels like it needs a little something, but we'll figure it out. So on the other ones I did, I don't know if you could see, I used these dots for its eyes. So the eyes are fine, but actually they were kind of fun using the embellishments. Let's see. I'm glad you like the penguin card. Oh, you guys, everyone has warm weather today. That's awesome. All right, so these, I'm just gonna go right over. I even thought of using like blue ones. Make the different colored eyes. So again, it just gives it a little bit more texture by having those eyes on there. So I think it's kind of cute. And then I'll put some more paper on the inside. I just didn't prep that part. Alrighty, so let's clean up the mess here, and I will bring out all the cards. And those are the butterflies I was gonna add. Let's see. We got 3 penguins. We should have more flowers. Here we go. Let's put the penguins all together. How far over? Okay, that's about how far over you can see. There we go. Put my cover on the glue. All right, let's see. Snow moving in this afternoon, very windy. Oh, I know we'll have it sooner than we think, but I hope you enjoy it. All right, so let's see. Let me just add, because I said I was going to, some of these butterflies, because they're really cute. These brass butterflies. You get two sizes. There we go. Yeah, I bet you can tell what I was thinking. Yeah, we needed 3. I'll just do it to 1 card. I don't like it when there's only 2 embellishments. I think odds are better. All right, so that was, hopefully, it really was pretty easy, especially when I put and you don't have to do 1.5 inches. You can make it 1.25 inches or 1 inch or whatever. But I think that helped, at least it helped me make sure I wasn't eyeballing the thickness of both sides, and it helped me keep it straight. And then I think the scoring really pulls it all together. It really makes a difference. I will take close-up pictures of these so you can see them a little bit better. I know there's like a little glare, but hopefully you like them. All right, so I'll just bring out, if I can find it, this. I said at the beginning, but in case you missed it, I am having a mystery host party for almost the entire month of November. And what that entails is for all non-club orders, so whoever places an order during the month using this host code, you'll be all the orders will be pooled together, and then one of those people will be chosen as the mystery host. And so that person will get to use all the stamped rewards or all the benefits from all the orders pooled together. It's just kind of fun. If you place a $40 order on your own, you don't get any perks, but now there's a chance that you might. That's kind of why I'm doing it. All right. So thank you. Oh, I'm glad you like the cards. Let's see. Oh, I'm glad you like the sticky note tip. It really made a difference for me, especially as I'm showing on camera so I don't mess up. Great. I'm glad you like the cards. I'm glad you guys, you gave me feedback when I posted that original post, and you can go back on my Facebook page and you'll see it because it was a really pretty card. It was very similar to this one, except for it was a stamp that they colored in with, I think, acorns and leaves. I just didn't have it. It was really pretty. So go back and look at those two for another idea. All right. I'm glad you guys had fun. I'm glad you liked it. And I love that you join in. It makes it much more fun to me when I actually have comments to respond to rather than just think that I'm talking to myself. All right. Have a wonderful day. Everyone, enjoy your really nice weather. Nancy, get outside if you can before the snow comes, and enjoy. And I will see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you.